I mean that from my heart. I mean, joining the military at 34 years young. That was my first duty station with this gentleman. And I tell you, it was something that it really was a God move. How many know when you pray for something, when you ask God for something, you can't say how it's going to come. And that was one of those prayers. I had done 3 years at Oral Roberts University. That was many moons ago. That was back in 84 to 87. And then I met my lovely wife over here. Stand up, sweetheart, Sister Owens. And often say, and she's from Chi-Town, Chicago. The Windy City. And see, I often say that I was a country boy, and she found this country boy, and she lassoed him in. We've been married for 26 years in November. But I said that to say that it's never too late to pursue your dream. I wanted to finish school, so I said a prayer. I was working with my dad in Los Angeles, and Bishop Charles Edward Blake, and we had finished working together, and I said a prayer. I said, maybe it's time for me to go back to school. I'd been out of school for about 15, 20 years, and the very next day I'm walking through Baldwin Hills Mall, and a recruiter says, you need to go back to school, and you need to join the Army. I'm 34 years old. I looked at him and I said, you're not talking to me. You are not talking to me. He kept on talking, and as he continued to talk, I realized that God was talking through him, similar to what you're going through right now. The Lord says, why not you run for city council?
All right, yeah.
And so I'm talking to this gentleman. I said, I never knew anybody as far as my family going into the military. It was my desire to get my master's degree in divinity. So he pulls out his master's degree, says, see, you can get your master's degree. Now, I know that man didn't know me from a bird in the tree. So I know God is talking. He said, well, I said, I'm a preacher. He said, well, we have chaplains and chaplains' assistants in the military. He said, just take this little test and we'll see what happens. There's a station there in Santa Monica, the 311. Back then was 311 Coscom.
311 Coscom.
And so I passed this test, and I said, well, certainly, if I tell my wife, talk to my father, and, perfect, they'll say, you're too old, you don't need to be joining no military. And it's quite the opposite. My dad said, son, that would be a great idea. You got benefits. Join the military. And then my wife said, yeah, sweetheart, join them. That would be great. Join the military. Like, come on, you've got to be kidding me. I just want to go to school, and you're telling me to join the Army. And it's amazing, about a month later, I'm flying to Fort Jackson, South Carolina to go in basic training. And so I get off this bus. I don't know what to expect. And these drill sergeants, they screaming and they yelling. And they said, who are you? One of the drill sergeants just really eyeballed me. I don't think it was chaplain's assistant. They have issues with chaplain's assistant. They figured that's a weak man's route, being a chaplain's assistant. So he said, you're going to be the bay boss of this group. You're the old man. So I was responsible for all these young adults who crying at night. They're crying. They want to come back to Jesus, because they scared. Because they got drill sergeants locking their heels, and some of them trying to commit suicide at night. So I said, this is time for me to have a revival. Hey, this is some good stuff. So lights out at 2100. Lights are supposed to be out. But the children are crying that night. They scared. They want to go back home to mama. They ain't never experienced something like this. So I said, I had a great idea to have prayer and Bible study in the latrine. 2100, lights are out. We take a group of soldiers. We go back to the latrine, and we have a revival.
We already know how this goes.
I shall never forget. One young man said, I went away, I grew up Pentecostal. He said, I'm coming back to Jesus. And he cried, tears coming all down his eyes. And boy, we were having a good time. After 2100, we were having some church up at there. One day, though, the drill sergeant comes up the stairs. He said, where's the bay boss? One young soldier said, oh, he's in the latrine. He's having Bible study. He does it every night. And the drill sergeant said, what you say? Bible study. Well, tell him that the devil has just arrived. Go get him. Bring him out here. So I said, what? I'm walking out. And as I get my stride, I'm pressing, Lord Jesus, Lord, help me, Lord. Help me, God. Help me, God. Help me, God. So I stand in front of this drill sergeant in parade rest. And he says, what are you doing back there with those soldiers having Bible study with those young adults? What are you doing back there? And I got real deep like Shakespeare. I bowed my head. I said, Lord, give me what to say. And I lifted my head up. I said, I'm praying for those soldiers. And I looked at him straight in his eyes. I said, I'm praying for you too. And he thought about it. I think God hit him with a 2x4. And he said, keep on praying, soldier, keep on praying. So with that, I'm going to say, run, shopping hand, run.
All right.
God is with you. And if he be for you, he's more than the world against you. Come on, let's give God some praise. We thank God for you. We're praying for you.